I hope everyone's feeling fine today. This is another special segment that I have decided to do at the last minute. And by last minute, I mean I only came up with the idea for this video about 15 minutes ago. To be honest, I was about to go to bed, but I wanted to do this special segment for you guys. Time check, it is currently 11:15 in the evening. For this special night, I want to talk about snail mail trains. Yes, snail mail has trains too. I have just finished organizing my snail mail trains. I am the conductor, which means that I will be initiating the train rides. So in that group that I am in, for this month of August, we have decided to come up with 3 different trains or 3 different snail mail themes. Those 3 are postcards, stickers, and washies. So what do these trains mean? It means that we have a certain number of people. In this case, there are 10 to each train, and what each train does is that, for example, with the postcard train that I am in, because there are 10 people, what we do is that we put 10 postcards into an envelope and then send it along to the next person in line. And what this person will do is that she can take out any number of cards that she wants, but she must replace the same number of cards that she took out. So there will always be 10 postcards in the envelope. Once the person takes out the cards that she wants and replaces it with cards that she wants to pass along, she then sends the letter on to the next person and to the next person until finally the end of the line goes back to me, because I'm the conductor or the initiator of this train. Whoever is second to the last of the line has to send the train back to me, to my station, so then I get to keep all of the cards. It's actually quite an interesting concept. I've only done this twice, but those 2 times there had only been about 5 people in each train, and this time we're organizing 10 people in each train. So that's gonna take a while to come back to me, I think. As you all know, because I love postcards, I decided to join in the postcard trains. And while I also, to a certain degree, love stickers, I really didn't want to get on any sticker trains because at the moment, I seriously do not have time to play with the stickers. Like, all of the stickers that I have at the moment are just sitting in my box, not doing anything. However, there seems to be a lot of people joining in the sticker trains, so because I am a moderator of that Facebook group, I thought, well, I might as well just jump in and take on a couple of trains just to make it fair on the other admins or moderators who are also doing all these trains. I love washi, and I found out that I actually get more use out of washi than stickers. However, I chose not to join this one because we have to send out 10 cards of washi samples in each envelope. And for those who do washi samples, you know that there are at least 4 samples on each cards. So to send out 10 washi samples, I thought was a little bit too much, and I didn't know whether I have enough washi samples to send out, so I chose to sit that one out. So that's also why I took on the sticker trains. Anyway, since I always show my incoming, I thought maybe I'd give you guys a treat today. I will show you guys my outgoing mail for a change. So I have decided to take on 2 snail mail postcard trains, and these are what they look like. So I have here my sheet and the other sheet. Now this sheet has got 10 people on it, while this one has only got 9, because the other admins and moderators have also participated in the postcard trains. The number comes up to an odd number, so I only have 9 on the other train. Anyway, so this here is the names of the people participating in the train, and these are some instructions. And then flip to the back and you have here all the names and the addresses of the people participating. So what it says here is that it says, "Choo-choo! The postcard train has reached its next destination, your house." You will find that there are 10 postcards enclosed in this envelope. Please take out any that you'd like to keep and replace them with more postcards. Make sure you put in the same amount that you take out. There should always be 10 postcards in the envelope. Then find your name on the list and cross it out and send this train on to the next person on the list within 3 days. Within 3 days. Make sure to keep this paper in the envelope for the next person. All aboard. So let's see where this train is going. So this obviously is me. I am the conductor. I am in Macau, Asia, and I'll be sending this train off to Erin Ailerman, who now lives in Hawaii, and she's gonna send that to Megan, who's also in the US. Megan is from New Jersey. And then from New Jersey, it's gonna go to Marcia Mays from Connecticut. From Connecticut, it will go on to Jessica Armstrong, who lives in Michigan, and then from Jessica Armstrong, it's going to go to Tiffany Beaudrew, who lives in Canada. From Canada, Tiffany is going to send it over to Lucy Porter, who lives in the UK. Lucy is then going to send it over to Karina Schnell, who lives in Germany. And then Karina is going to send it to Veronica Sunmark, who lives in Sweden. And then from Sweden, it's going to go to Karina Kriarwich. And then from Karina, she's going to send it all the way back to me in Macau. Right, so that is the process of this train. So from Asia over to the US, that's gonna take minimum 2 weeks, right? So I give this whole process, so 2 weeks, I'm guessing it's gonna take at least 2.5 months before I see this envelope again. So it is now the 12th of August, so which means that I will probably see this train again at the end of October. Yes, it's quite a while. Now the next train, I think is gonna get to me much quicker. So again, from me over to the US, first stop goes to Jamie Leah in Pennsylvania. And then from that, it goes on to Myrna, who lives in California. From California to Angela in Alabama. And then from Alabama to Kathy Smalley in Kentucky. From Kentucky to Mary Jo in Utah. And then from Mary Jo to Katrina Rivard in Nevada. And then from Nevada to Becky Baker in Iowa. From Becky over to Charlotte Nyatanga. And Miss Charlotte lives in Swaziland. So I'm guessing this is gonna get to me quicker. However, it all depends on the journey from Becky over to Charlotte and from Charlotte back to me. There's a chance that my first train will make it back to me first because postal service in Swaziland is a little bit questionable, is the right word. Okay, so again, so I'm sending it over to Jamie, so that's gonna take at least 2 weeks. So from Jamie, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all 7 will be contained in the US. So I'm guessing all the US counterpart will be done in about 3 weeks. And then from that over to Swaziland, which I am guessing would take probably about a month minimum. Okay, and then from that it's going to go back to Macau, and I'm guessing that's going to be a month and a half. So actually there is a chance that the first train will make it back to me first before this one. With the first train, I am going to be sending out these postcards. Now the trick to these trains is that it is always advisable to send out what you want to receive back. Okay, and especially for me, because I love postcards, I would love to receive beautiful postcards. We'll see what you think about the postcards that I've chosen. So for train 1, I have chosen these ones. I've chosen a variety. Now some trains, especially the first 2 trains that I have participated in, they have a postcard theme. Yes, postcards have themes too, you know. So it could be like country postcards, you know, where you send in postcards of your country. Or it could be bridges postcards, or lighthouses, you know, or gardens. So there are a lot of themes when it comes to postcards. But with this one, there's no theme set, so I will be sending out a variety. Those are my postcards that I'll be sending out. So this one, I just stuck this in just in case anyone has kids. They could give this to their kid. So that's from Frozen. I have a cute Chinese dog, one very random Japanese office setting, and then I have Totoro. This is a Totoro postcard. I am hoping that the 5th person on the line gets this one because I know she's a fan of Totoro. I'm not too sure about the first 4 people whether they are fans of Totoro, but I'm hoping Tiffany in Canada gets this one. The next one, this is a skyline view of Tokyo. Of course, I have to send this one, which is a coloring postcard. I have one of the Philippines map. Another one of the Philippines. The next 2 are postcards from my own hometown. So I have decided to send this one because it sort of shows 2 different festivals. So this is the inside of one of the temples in Macau. You can see people worshipping here, burning incense for their ancestors. And then the last one, we have this postcard of the Dragon Boat Festival in Macau. So this is going out on the first train. What do you guys think? Do you think this is quite a good selection of postcards? Now for my second postcard train, it is quite similar to the first one, so let's just have a look. So this is another Chinese doggy. We have this very random one, another Totoro one. Oh, I might replace this. This seems to be nicer than the first one. I might put this back on the first train. And then we have this beautiful keep calm and be a unicorn. There's one from Osaka, Japan. Another coloring postcard. One more of Philippines. The same Dragon Boat one. And then one of Hotel Lisboa. I think this is a nice one. I like this postcard very much of my hometown. This rather plain postcard, which is actually from Seoul, South Korea. So those are the postcards that is going into my second train. Now let's go to the sticker train. Now again, I know that I have mentioned that it's always good to send out what you hope to receive. But with the stickers, again, I'm sorry, but I'm not really too keen on it this time, so I'm afraid my sticker collections that I'm sending out is probably not as good. So this is the sticker train for this one, okay? So there are only 8 people on this sticker train. So that's me. That's going over to Laurie in the US who lives in Virginia, and then to Nicole who lives in New Jersey, and then over to Danielle who lives in Alabama if I'm not mistaken, to Ashley in South Carolina, and then from Ashley, because I like things even numbered as I have mentioned. So from Ashley, I am sending it over to Amy Webster, who is actually in the UK and who is also a moderator of the group. So I told her to help me out with this train. So I'm sending it over to her in the middle. And then Amy is going to send it back to the US, to North Carolina, to Casey. And then Casey is going to send it over to Melissa, who lives in Texas. Melissa is going to send it all the way back to me. So that whole process, I believe, is going to take probably about a month and a half to come back because it has a UK stop in between. The second train is similar. I follow the same format, US, 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 and then UK, and then US, and then back to me. So the first one is going to Michelle, who lives in Indiana. Second one is going to go over to Melanie, who lives in North Carolina, and then going over to April in Texas. And then April is going to send it over to Amy Webster in the UK. Amy's going to send it back to the US in Connecticut. From Connecticut, it's going to go over to Wisconsin, I think. And then from Wisconsin, it's going to go over to Missouri. And then from Missouri back to me. So again, I'm estimating that's going to be about a month and a half. So for these stickers, please no judging, alright? But I just want to show you guys. I'm just going to send over this selection. The instruction says 10 sticker sheets, so they don't really have to be new or in a package. So these are what I have decided to come up with. Pirates of Caribbean, Johnny Depp. Here's one from Happy Feet, Smurfs. Let me just take the ugly ones out first and show you. Here's one from Glee. I do have a fair amount of Glee stickers. The Disney Princess one. Just some stars. Cats. I think this is quite cute. Name tags. You stick this on your books and write your names on. Flamingo ones. I think this is quite cute too. Special jewel ones. So I'm going to be sending those out in the first train. Second train is also quite similar. You have similar things such as this one, Smurf, Glee, cat, stars, this one as well, but this is more musical themed. I have decided to use a cactus for this one instead of a flamingo. I also have the jewel stuff. I also decided to throw this in. This is the alphabet stickers or letter stickers. So those are going onto my sticker trains. I know they're not as nice. I'm so sorry they're not as nice, but that's all I have in my stash at the moment. I didn't have enough time to go out and get some. Yes, I know, excuses. I'm sorry, but those are what I'm sending out. Now, organizing all of this reminded me of something, and I have been such a bad girl. Because remember I said that I participated in 2 trains before? The second train that I participated in actually arrived about a week and a half ago, and I didn't realize it was a train, so I put it aside into my incoming mail, marked to be scheduled to open on camera, and just forgot about it. And I just remembered it like a few days ago when I was doing all of this, and I'm like, shit, I think I have a train. Because when you have a train, usually the rule is you keep it for about 2 or 3 days before you have to send it back out. And now it's like I've had this train for about a week and a half now, and it's like, oh my god. Anyway, so let me show you that train. Now this one is from the US. This is from a Facebook postcard group. So with that said, sometimes they do come up with different postcard themes because we're all postcard obsessed and we like certain kinds of postcards. For example, with me, I like recipe postcards. So this theme, if I'm not mistaken, is a lighthouse theme. I'm actually the last person on this train before I have to send it back to the conductor. So let's see, there are... Okay, so let's read them out first. So this one has been initiated by Christine, who lives over in Washington in the US. Oh, the instructions here are quite different. You cannot take as many postcards as you like, which of course is only fair. So it says take up to postcards and replace them with the same amount in the same theme. The last person will send the envelope back to Christine, so I'm the last person. So for this one, there are only 5 people in this train, and she sent this out on the 15th of May. Now I feel really bad because it's already like mid-August. The people before me are all in the US. I'm the only international one. So technically Christine should have gotten this back like mid-July or something. But I see that a couple of people on this list have also been late in sending theirs out. Anyway, so there are 5 postcards here. So what I do is I take 2 out. 2 that I like, of course, and then replace it with 2 postcards. The theme here is lighthouses. Christine loves her lighthouses. This is what is inside the envelope. Now I get to choose 2. Oregon Coast, and it says Yakina Head Lighthouse, so you can see the lighthouse just right there. Mile Rock Lighthouse from San Francisco, California, and it's black and white lighthouse. Not sure yet what I'm getting. I may be getting this one. This one looks quite interesting. So that is the next lighthouse. Doesn't really say what's on it. The back is also blank, so I'm not too sure where this lighthouse is and why there's the face of a man there. But this looks quite interesting, so I might be taking this one. I'll put that aside first. The next one is from... don't know as well. And then the last one is a rather whimsical, I think, or cartoonist lighthouse. And again, it also does not... oh no, it does say Lighthouse at Sunset, something. Doesn't look like it's from the US. Anyway, so I'm taking this one. I'm not sure which one I should be taking next. Let me see, what do you think? So I've got this one and this one. I'm not too sure about the black and whites. I probably won't get that one because it's not really standing out for me. This one I have something similar, and then now it's just between these 2. I have several Oregon postcards already, so I'm not really too sure whether I want to get this. Usually I would, but because I already have several Oregon postcards. At the moment, this seems to call out to me though. Yeah, I'm not sure why. I mean, sometimes if there's a choice between like, you know, a state or a country lighthouse and a rather cartoonish one, I usually go for this one. But, I don't know. Oh, what do you think? This is a hard choice, man. This is a hard choice. It's either this or this. This one or this one. Damn it. Ah, I hate this. Okay, so for this, I cannot decide, and when I usually cannot decide, I turn to the one person who will help me decide, and that is, of course, Graham. But I don't want to yell at the moment because, oh, it's now 11:45. So, but I'm leaning towards this one. Okay, like I said, so this is a themed postcard train, so it's all about lighthouses, and I know Christine likes her lighthouses. Sadly, I think I have already sent her all of the lighthouse postcards that Macau has. Luckily, 2 months ago, I was in Zhuhai, China, our neighboring city. We went down there to see if we could look for postcards, and I happened to find some postcards. They don't really have a lot of variety. In fact, they only have two designs, which is this one, and I have decided to get them. I don't really like the designs on this one, but I got this because I know that somewhere along the line I will be exchanging cards with Christina again. And so I got these postcards with her in mind. So here it is. So you have this one, which is a day view, and then you have this one, which is a sunset view. Funny thing is, these two postcards are actually fake lighthouses in Zhuhai. Somebody decided to construct this lighthouse close to the beach for wedding pictures purposes, because a lot of the Chinese likes having pre-wedding photos taken, and they obviously look for nice places or nice backgrounds to have them taken in. That is why they constructed this, so couples in Zhuhai could just go to this lighthouse and take photos. But flick to the back. So you can see it says there China Post, and there's a stamp there. That shop is actually from that place where I got this postcard from, and it's called the Love Post Office. So I'll be sending this two over to Christine. What do you think? Actually, maybe I'll just send one of these over to Christine. Now again, I'm taking two out, so I have to put two back in. But because Christine is a good friend, I'll probably send just one of these and then a special one, which I think she'll like. The only problem is I cannot remember whether I sent her this before. So, but we'll see. This is a postcard of Macau that I will be sending over to her as well. So look. That is a 3D postcard. So I'm going to send this over to Christine. Now technically, if they are 3D postcards or hologram postcards, these are actually the equivalent of two regular postcards. Obviously, this is more special and more difficult to find in other places. So some people set the rule. They said that if you want to have a postcard like this, it must be exchanged with two regular postcards or another 3D one. So I'm going to send this over to Christine and either one of these postcards, or I'm just going to send all this to her. Anyway, so that is my special segment for tonight. I just decided to do this before I send all of this off in the morning. I thought it would be great for you guys to see my outgoing mail for once and to talk about postcard trains, just in case some of you are curious about it. I personally find this to be a very interesting concept. That's why I also wanted to talk about it, because I'm not sure when my next train would come again, or when a new train would come my way. So I decided to do this at the last minute. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed this special segment. That is it for me tonight, and I hope you guys have a good day wherever you are. And you know the usual, please subscribe. Get your friends to subscribe as well. That would make me very happy. And good night. Good night. See you in the next vlog. Woohoo! Hi. So I know I've already said goodbye, but I just wanted to show you a couple of things as well. I thought it would be fun to show you my outgoing mail and how I seal up my envelopes. In case you're wondering where I am, my day job is a teacher. I teach English as a second language to students whose first language isn't English. That's very articulate for an ESL teacher, right? I wanted to do this recording at home, but I ran out of time today, and the post office is just across the street, so I decided to bring the camera with me, bring my mail, and just to do a recording here inside the classroom in between breaks before I go over to the post office. So I always go on about the condition of the envelopes when they arrive to me, right? So just to give an example, so this is how I do my envelopes. So that is my handwriting right there. I don't have postage on this yet. I'm going to the post office after this. As you can see, I have tape there, Alright, let me just flip to this one, cover up my address. That's what my envelopes look like. So I tape up here, 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 and here. Alright, just to give it the added security. And because there are 10 postcards in here, usually if it's just postcards, I don't really do this much taping. So I usually just put it here and probably here or here. But again, there are 10 postcards in here, so just to make sure that it survives the journey. And sometimes I do love thanking the postal services. Sometimes I write that. That's what our airmail sticker looks like. Both of these envelopes are sort of similar in how it's taped up. So I just use different washi on both of them. These two here are the sticker ones. They are not sealed yet because I bought 2 more stickers that I'm going to add into each envelope. So as soon as I add this in, I'm going to be taping this up and then sending it off. Remember last night I was going on about the lighthouse postcard and I couldn't decide what I should get? I didn't bring it. Oh no. So I decided to send her back these 3 postcards, which means that I kept the illustrated postcards. I am sending her this postcard and my 3D one. I think Christine will like that. I know that Christine also likes cat postcards, so I have decided to add 3 postcards to her pile as well. So this is one of them. And then these 2 crack me up. So these 2 are yoga cat postcards. Let me show you this one first. Look at how hilarious that is, right? That is so funny. I think she'll like that. And then this other cat postcard. The quality on this one is also quite good, quite hard. See, look at that. Compared to this one, see how soft that is. And then this one is quite hard. This is actually very good quality. And then I have also decided to send Christine a little bit of a rack, an extra postcard, which is the new Macau edition postcards, and they are shaped postcards. So this is what I am including in her envelope. So this one is the traveling lighthouse postcard. So that is it. I just wanted to show you all of these. Okay, off to the post office I go. I'll see you. I am being video bombed. So I had just wrapped up and said goodbye to you when suddenly 2 strangers walked in the door. And it was Graham and my daughter Avril. They decided to come over here. I have no idea why. I have no idea what they wanted to see. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, man. Yeah. Hi, video.
You pressing pause?
What was that?
Teacher smells flies, little flies. Stinky, 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 stinky.
Unbelievable. So you came here just to crash my classroom, huh? No, we came here to tell you that we're here.
Yeah.
It's a
Well, you know,
video.
look, if you did this, look, and you went. And you go. Let's have a look, see if that's right.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. Okay, stay there, Mum, stay there.
It's a video for the millionth time.
Okay, no, just stopped it.
No, it's not.